Hey there ladies, this is Jules. Well, I have my newbie segment to do today. I've gotten a few questions from some people, and I really appreciate you guys sending me questions and asking for my help. I really do like to help if I can. One of the questions that I got was how exactly do I apply lace onto projects? And I can't remember your name, I'm so sorry. It's like T-Cat or something like that on YouTube. She was asking or saying that that you can't really see any of the glue on my projects or on my lace, but the truth is that you actually can. You can see some of it. Now there's different adhesives out there. There's like Fabri-Tac, there's the glossy accents, and then there's hot glue and there's other stuff. I know some people use like the tacky tape, which is a very great adhesive. Let me show you here. Now I use these three mainly. This is a 1 inch, ½ inch, and 1/4 inch. And some people do use like a strip of that and lay it where they want it and then just stick their lace down. Now I just grabbed a little sample tag just to show you guys what I do. I always use hot glue. I heard Jade say one time that her glue gun is like her scrapbooking duct tape. So she used it for everything. It's kind of funny how she said it. But I totally agree. I just grabbed this piece of lace, and let me see if I can zoom in a tiny bit. Okay, so what I do normally is I get to the back side of the lace and get some glue, and I'll just barely put any on, just a little strip, and then I apply it where it is that I want it, and it stays like movable for just like a few seconds, so you have to work a little fast at it. I don't know if you saw that. Sorry, I'm trying to also look at the actual project. So let's say that I want to put the lace down here at the bottom. So I do it in sections because the glue gun or the glue will dry fast. So then I just grab some more lace and get a little bit of glue. Hopefully you can see there. I just do it in little sections, just a little bit of glue, and then tack it down, press it. Now sometimes when you do that, the glue will come up from the other side and you'll end up pulling it, and that's how you get some of the white part to show. And so if you use a little bit, like you can see here, if you use a little bit, you won't be able to see the glue. You can barely see some of it, like right there at the corner, but you can't even see it from far. So okay, let me go closer again. It's always better when it's close up, huh? Okay, I'm gonna try my best to stay in frame for you. So do a little dab. I can barely see it. Ow, touched my finger. Just a little dab like that. You just barely tap it, and you're good. You can barely see it. And then let me do the rest with the glossy accents because I want to be able to show you guys that too. And this is glossy accents if you don't know. Sorry, I left the macro on. So what you can do is just, you can either add it there or add it like, oops, sorry, I'm not even in frame. Is that too like bright? Sorry guys. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Do that and lay it on top. And glossy accents stays wet for a little bit. It doesn't dry too fast, but it doesn't take too long to dry. So you can see some of it. You might be able to see some of it there. I'm trying to see if I can see it. Okay, well, I can't see it. Okay, you can see it now a little bit. Right there. I got ink on my nails, I'm sorry. See a little bit there. So the glossy accents actually dries really clear. So that's one reason why you can't see it. So that's how I apply my lace. Hope that helps somebody. And then you just clip it off. Oh man, my battery's gonna die. Let's see how much I can get done, and then I'll do another video on the other questions. So there's that. So yeah, and normally I use the hot glue too, because if it's crooked or I change my mind, I get my heat tool and I apply some heat, just a little bit of heat, and just start to pick it off like little by little. So I will start to lift it, or try to do the heat gun with my finger there, and I just start pulling it and it just loosens it, and then I can literally just kind of scratch off the glue and it comes off, and then I can put whatever else I wanted down. So that's how I do that. And the other thing is, a lot of people are having trouble with the Prima. This is one of my most, well, aside from the Tim Holtz video for the flowers, the 6-petal flower, I got a lot of questions on the Prima flower, the little curly one here. Let's see if I can show you guys real quick. I did these 3, and one of the biggest problems that people are having is not being able to curl that very center part into the ball. And what paper should they use? Now, I always use a mouse pad, so make sure you have a mouse pad. I use a little bit of water and to spritz onto the paper. So I'm just going to barely spritz onto. Okay, that's too wet. And you don't want to put too much water in it because it will tear. So, and then this is Graphic 45 paper. This is from the Debutante Steampunk collection. I used to use a Sharpie, but thank you. I got a thank God that I got a stylus. I'm sorry, from Miss Fiona, who's at Jennings. Oh, I can't remember the YouTube name, but anyways, so she sent me this awesome stylus, and this is a perfect tool to use. Always use this one mainly. So if you know Graphic 45 paper, if you've ever touched it, you know the thickness of it, and you want to make sure that it's not too wet or it won't curl. Okay, so when you press at the edge here, the edge of the petal, you might be able to see that it's starting to curl a tiny bit. See that? So you want to press the edges here and then start working your way inside that petal and then in, and it will curl like that. And this is a little bit too wet than what I like, but for the video I'm just trying to do it really quick. So you work on the outside and work all the way in. Now this is the very smallest flower from all the flowers on that die. And roll it in, see how it's doing that? Now I'm using the Tim Holtz die, and you can use the flower punch die, and I think that's one of the ones that some people may be having problems with. But there's a medium size here from the Tim Holtz die that I have to snip to make these petals longer and for it to curl. It doesn't curl or close because the petal, it's such a wide fat flower, and you need to do these little snips in the corners there. But once you do have like the punch outs, what do you call it, when you use this this particular punch, it works a lot better for them to curl in than the Tim Holtz ones. But as you can see, it is working pretty well here so far. But it is easier for me to do it on that one because the petals, the petals are so big, and the center is about the same size as the tips of that, so it works pretty well. So once you have it in here, I do press the very center, and then the rest of it, once it's like that, even if it's this much open or this much open, you can still manipulate the petals and just start pushing them in. And this is how you make your ball. You just push them in. I use a little bit of glue, some glossy accents, or sometimes some hot glue sometimes, and I'll just put it right on the edge, and then I'll just press it closed like that. And I do that with almost all the petals. Once it's closed and it's glued, it'll be a ball. And then once it's a ball and it's all dried up, I just go ahead and just layer them in there. And sometimes you get them a little bit off center, but basically that's the center part. I think that's the hardest part for a lot of people, is to get it not centered, but like curled up, where the petals will curl up a lot easier. You have to practice too, so don't get frustrated with the flower if you don't get it the first time. See, mine's already a little bit off center, but it's okay. It's not a big deal, because it looks fine once you have it on your project. And when you use it on like a project where you have like a gang of flowers, like bunches of flowers, like let's show you this corner here. I'm working on this for the winner of my giveaway, so But see, sometimes you use like flowers and you bunch up a bunch of different flowers in the corner. So when you do that, it being a little bit off center is not going to matter, because sometimes they get all pressed together and stuff, so it doesn't matter. And then the other question, I hope that answers. If you guys have any questions, message me on YouTube, okay? And I can try and help you out a little bit more. So you can always keep watching the video and watch how I do it. The other question is how to get a little stick pin glued down onto a project. And I didn't glue this down, I just kind of put it in the spot where I wanted it. So I find where I want it, and then what I do, and I'm gonna actually use this pin here, I'm gonna tilt it like that. See how the flowers up? Use a little bit of hot glue, or you can use glossy accents too, no biggie. And then you flip it back over, and you can press it down and have it sit there if you want. Now it's sitting on lace, so it's going to be, give me a second, so it's not going to be touching the very bottom part of the project down there. But you can always add the glossy accents or some clear drying glue like down below where the pin is going to be mainly sitting at, wherever it's got contact. Let me push this up a little bit. It's kind of hard to get in there. So kind of want to get in there and just pour some glue so that there's contact with glue, and it's like there's flowers and other stuff that's going to be sitting on top of it, so it's not really going to show. So you can see the glue right there inside of the flower, so, or inside of the, like between the pin and the flowers and where it's at. So kind of working the glue onto the pin, and just let it sit there, and it'll dry clear, so you won't be able to see the, like, you know, where you had put the glue in and stuff. So it does pretty well like that, so I'm gonna leave it like that. It's my little corner here, and that was the last touch, so I'm glad I didn't do it until right now so that I can answer the question. So I hope that I helped and answered everybody's question on how to apply lace, how to put the pin down, and then the flower, the curling of the flower. But again, you guys, if you have questions, please email me. I mean, I'm here for you. Every newbie, I'm trying to help. I'm a newbie still myself, so, and I'm still learning, and there's things that I haven't done myself, so I am at your service. All right, it's really late and I gotta go to bed. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Jule signing out. Bye.